Well, here we are with the writer-director of His Mother, David. And you might want to help me with your last name. Sorry.
It's Krepski. It's a
Krepski.
Polish last name. Yeah.
Polish. I could tell there's a lot of Polish names in this film. But I wanted to give you a compliment, which is the second time I watched your film. I always, I watch it as part of the jury, and then I watch them again before these Q&As. And I watch it, and the moment it ended, I just said, "Fucking hell, that's good." It's just such a good film. And I just love what you were able to capture, the mood. That in some ways it's a tone poem. In some ways it's a wonderful salute to the really great horror films of the '70s, where it's and then I think you did a really unique and made a really unique and special film. So it was really, really a pleasure to see. So
thank you. That's what we were hoping for while doing this movie. Our first goal was to make a movie that's not boring, that's fun to watch. So that was our first concern, especially with so many indie movies being made and short movies being made. And, some of them are better, some of them are slightly worse and all of that. But yeah, for me, it was like, it had to be captivating on some level. It had to be fun to watch.
Fun to watch.
I'm glad to hear.
It's a really, and I'm sure it's probably better. And what's interesting is now everyone watching this just saw it, or oh, we're not showing it, are we? You're keeping it offline, so.
Yeah, it's a tough game.
I understand. I understand.
To release the video online.
I won't do any spoilers, but I will say that on second viewing, when any secrets of the film are already known to the viewer, it's actually, I think, more entertaining and more interesting, and the psychology of the mother is even more fascinating when you've seen the ending. So honestly, it's one of those special films that's better every time.
Oh wow!
So really, so go ahead, tell me. Besides wanting to make something unique, what were your inspirations?
To be really honest, I was looking for something to do, and I was playing with different ideas, keeping in mind that it's easy to create ideas, but then you have to actually make them. And so while writing, I was trying to keep everything contained enough so it's doable, filmable in my little budget and little resources.
Yeah.
So that was the main idea. And truly speaking, in the beginning, the whole movie was designed to be shot on the iPhone, to be like super documentary, very down to earth. But then my wife came in as a producer, and one thing led to another, and suddenly I was on the normal movie set. We have 3 days, a great location, and so that helped to spin everything in a different direction. And the way I work and the way I try to picture movies is very visual. So besides starting as a documentary movie, very, very, very quickly we switched to something like a hybrid between documentary, but also you saw the movie, so there are some frames that are very particular, and the movie have a kind of interesting visual style.
Yeah.
Definitely not documentary. That's what I'm trying to say. So.
Yeah, it's not a mockumentary or but it definitely, you get the feeling that there is a sort of a documentary crew documenting it. But you're showing things that the mother doesn't know. You're showing things that she hasn't seen. Yeah, so you are just telling a rather complete story. But yeah, I think it is such a smart device. I think that's another reason why it's such an enjoyable film to watch, is that your lead actress is so good, and the performance is so good, and the material is so fascinating and different and unique that you do get away with just having a woman speak to camera for a lot of your film, and it's completely engaging.
I mean, thanks to her brilliant acting, I think it's entertaining to watch her as she jumps through like crazy to being like very lovely. And I love that dynamic between snapping between like fully crazy to almost a normal person you can find any other. I mean, like a mother, which of course some young mothers were inspiration for the movie. Some of my friends were pregnant. I mean, not during the project, but before that. And I was like, okay, that's a very interesting mental change, because I knew them before, and I knew them during pregnancy and then after it. And there is definitely a change of character even.
For sure. There's also sleep deprivation and
yeah, all of that
yeah,
factors.
there's so much goes into there's very few mothers, I'm sure. There's very few new parents who haven't at some point looked at a crying baby and shouted, "What do you want?" It's
right. Yeah, exactly. It's just
everyone.
Like, so that was a huge inspiration. And then Marta played the character so well. And I think her accent, that's pretty heavy. I like it. I think it's a part of the movie. I found it interesting as a character that speaks English, but also not perfectly. And I'm pretty sure it makes it more creepy for the English speakers to hear their language with a modified version of it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think English speakers, I think it's been proven that we love to hear an accent. Really, most accents, whether it's British or Polish or Italian, English, the way we speak, it's pretty boring.
I mean, the British accent is on the top of that list. Like everybody loves British accent.
Everyone
like
loves that, and everyone loves to. But 5-year-old kids hear an accent on TV and start imitating it. Yeah, so and we don't get that much of the Polish accent here.
No, that's true. That's
so
true.
It does make your film unique that she has a Eastern European accent that's hard for the human or the American ear to exactly define. It does make her otherworldly.
Yeah, that was the plan. And somewhere in the beginning, the movie have subtitles during the whole movie built in to the movie. For some reason, I like the graphical element of subtitles. I like how they look in the movie, besides conveying the information. But we realized that what subtitles are doing is sometimes when you speak slower, especially in the art house cinema, your eyes go instantly to the text and they read it, and then you anticipate for her to say because what you just read, and that kills the tempo of the movie and takes away from the performance because you're focused on the subtitles and you already know what she's going to say. So we removed the subtitles because it was not helping. It was actually not helping the movie.
Yeah, so they're just really in there early, right? I think.
Well, what?
They're just really in the earlier part.
Oh yeah. When there is a space language, mysterious cult language, then yeah, there are subtitles because it's not a real language. It's my voice. But yeah, so that you need subtitles to even make a sense out of it. But then later there are no subtitles, as you may know. But they were there just because of the accent. I was afraid that maybe it's too heavy at moments, but then we made some screenings, tests, and American public was ready to listen for 20 minutes of Polish accent.
Her English is good. Her English is good. It's completely understandable, and and it does make it. I definitely. I think it was absolutely. Practically I could call it a production value.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, that was part of the plan. So I'm glad that it adds to the movie.
Here's an obvious question from one of the. I shouldn't call it an obvious question, but wonderful film. Are there any films that you intentionally referenced in this, or were inspired by? I mean,
definitely, we all built on movies that were before us and all the other arts, paintings and music and sculptures, video games. But I mean, obviously people are just like, oh, it's like Rosemary's Baby, but showing different aspects of the whole situation. And funny enough, it's like obvious reference, definitely. But while I was writing the movie, I didn't have Rosemary's Baby in my mind, maybe subconsciously, probably. But it was not like, oh, I'll write a spin on Rosemary's Baby. I just wrote the script. And then almost, I think, like a week before shooting the movie, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty kind of similar to Rosemary's Baby. But that was not intended. Definitely there are, I mean, the whole idea for the movie is it's a pulpy B-class short story. That was the referencing point for the whole movie. It's not super serious. Hopefully it's kind of funny. It's grotesque. And the whole idea was I love those pulpy B-class books and sci-fi stories because sometimes they convey bold ideas that the higher class literature doesn't touch because it sounds almost stupid or it's too much, but they're not afraid to do it because they don't care because they're writing B-class literature. So I was trying to make like equivalent of B-class pulpy story.
And you very slowly reveal, like it gets more and more and more. I think one of your not better, but you keep pushing it further until you see her feed the baby, and that's a really great moment.
Yeah, I love that moment. It's one of my favorites. It's so rewarding.
It's such a good gag you pulled off. It's such a good. It's so perfect. You must have been delighted that day.
Oh yeah. I mean, we had so much fun. Of course, as every indie movie, there are many stories because you work on zero budget, literally, and you have to figure out everything by yourself and try to make it work somehow. But this scene was. Yeah, it was so much fun. There are many weird things about it. There's like people hidden under some strange objects that you don't see them to make it all work. Like they push the basket and they take the fish out. Like there are so many. If you see the behind the scenes, you'll be surprised how much is going on outside of the frame. But that's the fun part of it. And going back to the references, of course, there's some reference to giallo, Italian horror movies. I mean, slasher horror movies. I love their visual style. I'm a fan for years of Dario Argento and his colleagues. And so there's certain eye blinking to the fans of that very niche
and there's a bit of a Lovecraftian feel to it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, of course. Hopefully the next projects I can move away from Lovecraft because I think there was the time where it was underused and it's such a cool mythology. But right now it feels like it's getting slightly overused. On the other hand, it's almost everywhere. So yeah, hopefully in the next projects I can move to different kind of horrors. As creepy as Lovecraft, but something else. But yeah, definitely, I love Lovecraft.
So is that your forte? Is artsy horror kind of your forte, or?
I'm not sure if there is a market for it. I would love to do like a giallo movie. One I'm writing right now is like a giallo. The guy in the leather gloves killing people in a violent yet beautiful, surreal way. I would love to do it. I'm not sure there is a market for it, but of course, and I'm working on a couple of different projects. One of them is actually an anthology of pulpy B-class sort of sci-fi horror stories. So something in the vein of His Mother, but for TV and more crazy. So yeah,
something that's recurring.
Yeah, I think that could be. I think that's a fun idea to watch those because you have all those shows like Black Mirror and some anthologies, but they're all sort of very, serious and very pro. But what we're trying to do is introduce something that looks great. That looks great because it's inspired by all those pulpy, those covers of those sci-fi novels from the 70s. Beautiful. The covers are amazing. so much imagination going on, and sometimes they don't even reflect the book, but they're stylistically they're amazing. So I'm trying to take that feeling of those covers into the series, but
Wonderful.
we'll see.
Wonderful. Well,
yeah.
I certainly look forward to seeing more from you, because this is just a really enjoyable, really great, well-made film.
I mean, obviously it's nice to hear nice words about your movie, even if you have to lie because you're so nice and it's a movie festival.
I don't. You can.
You guys also.
I don't need to lie about this one. I really enjoy it. I want to add that no spoilers. I'll avoid a spoiler, but I love your birth scene. I think.
Oh, okay.
And your actress was just incredible with that birth scene.
It's a hard scene. It's in the water, so many actors. What I love about it is that there is a moment when you think there will be a cut and maybe jump to a different scene or something, and then there is no cut and the camera just moves closer to the action and you're like, oh, this is still going, and it's going and going and going.
And the sound is so good.
Yeah. It's a fun, fun, not really fun, but in a way, fun scene to watch. Yeah. I'm glad. I mean, again, it's nice to hear nice words about the movie because making a movie is a hard thing, especially indie movie. Yeah. It's a hard task to pull this off and actually finish it. The finishing is the hardest thing. For
sure. And yours is what I think almost 25 minutes. So
yeah.
So that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you did say how long the shoot was, right? You said
it was three days.
I mean, 25 minutes in 3 days. That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the documentary style helped a little bit because you can get away with so much more. Like the image doesn't have to be perfect, like in a normal movie, because you have justification for it. But yeah, the crew was amazing. The DP Marcin was just amazing. He moved so fast, and all the actors. I mean, yeah, we have amazing crew. It was like a little family. We were all there because we were excited about the project, which is a beautiful environment to work in. And every night with my wife, she was producer, we were doing a dinner for the crew because we figure out that's the best way to treat our crew that works so hard. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that the outcome was worth it. But again, it's nice that you guys acknowledge the movie because it's an art house movies. They're not the easiest to go to festivals, and
it's hard. And this is a weird time in our culture because all the art house theaters are either closed, or there's the one in North Hollywood here in LA that shows Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And then the occasional foreign film, and I'm like, this isn't art house anymore. It's where if you want to go watch stuff that's unusual and artistic, and it's hard to access it.
It's super hard, and you can argue there are all the streaming platforms and Criterion and Netflix and Hulu and all those platforms, but they don't have those movies except Criterion. They have, but even that's not the issue. Watching those movies at home, it's so hard because they're slow paced mostly. There's a heavy emphasis on visuals, and when you watch at home on pretty big TV, but still not as big as cinema, and the sound is not that loud, so it doesn't grabs you that hard as in the cinema. And then they're kind of boring. I mean, slow pace, so it's easy to reach for your phone and have a little snack break.
Yeah, you have to be very disciplined. Viewing at home, you have to force yourself not to turn on lights, not to pause and go to the restroom.
It's super hard.
It is because these phones are attached to us. It's so hard.
Yeah. I mean,
your film. I would have loved to see your film on the in a theater. That would be.
Yeah. I think it could be fun because there are some audio-visual moments that are working just for that. Like it's just audio-visual moments that have a purpose to mesmerize you and put you in the mood. And so definitely they will work excellent on the massive screen. which now it feels even more impossible to experience that because of the whole situation.
I guess I should ask. I was curious about your sun imagery. Is that just stock footage you were able to get, or was that
No,
created?
it's actually so. There are many sun footage there, but some of them are. I mean, all of it. None of it is a stock footage. All of it is shot by us, but there is some trickery. One of the shots is real with the sun and everything. The other one was shot during the day, but now after post-production, it looks like it's during the sunset. There is a one shot that's fully CGI, but looks pretty good. So it's a mix of techniques, but no stock footage.
Yeah, it's a visually stunning film. It looks fantastic.
Again, thank you.
All right, well, I'll give you 5 more compliments. I'll let you go. No, I'll let you go.
Please.
We're at the end of our time, and please pass along these good thoughts to your wife and your actors.
I will. She will definitely appreciate it.
Everyone clearly did contributed to something really unique, which is wonderful.
Okay, I will tell them everything that you said. I was like,
right.
Hey guys, there is a lot of compliments for all of you. Too bad that the festival couldn't happen normally.
Yeah, too bad we got
so much
virus, fun. But we'll see.
Well,
hopefully someday.
Yeah, and hopefully I can treat you guys with my second project or something for the next year festival. But you know, making movies is hard and fun.
Very hard, but very fun.
Yeah, and can't wait for whatever comes next.
That's great. Well, thank you, David. Here, I'm gonna stop.